This is a story about friendship, bravery, and always looking for the light in the dark. Once upon a time, in a place filled with magic and wonder, there lived a young girl named Lily. Now, Lily was no ordinary child. Her spirit shone brightly like the stars in the night sky, and her laughter echoed through the whispering woods that surrounded her home. In the woods lived a grumpy yet lovable badger named Barnaby. He was known throughout the land as the keeper of the Sparkleberry Patch, a place where magical berries grew, filling the area with a soft, beautiful glow. With the berries gone, the annual Sparkle Festival, which celebrated the magic of friendship and light, was in danger of being cancelled. Grabbing her trusty lantern, she set off to find the missing berries and save the festival. Then suddenly, Lily noticed something strange. A small, shiny metallic cowwheel half buried in the soil. Cowwheels were a favorite invention of the quirky forest inventor, Professor Gizmo, and they were known to leave such things behind by accident. Could Professor Gizmo have something to do with the missing berries? There were self-lighting lanterns, talking flower pots, and even a pair of boots that could take you for a walk among the clouds. He knew he had to help the children find the berries, not only because it was the right thing to do, but also because he didn't want his inventions to be used for mischief. Together, the three friends set off on their next clue, following the trail left by the telltale cowwheel. But amidst all the marvels, Professor Gizmo's eyes fell on the cowwheel Lily and Sparky had brought with them. As they walked, Lily noticed a change in the trees. But instead of punishing you, we want to understand why. He planned to create an illusion that would make the moon appear as a giant, glowing pickle hanging in the night sky. But as he'd gathered more and more berries, he'd begun to feel guilty. The thought of the forest being plunged into darkness because of his actions weighed heavily on his heart. "Come on, Finn, tell us what's going on." For a moment, Finn remained silent, his shoulders slumping slightly. The threat of darkness had brought them together, and their unity had restored the very light that illuminated their world. She understood that Finn hadn't meant to hurt anyone. He'd simply gotten carried away with his prank, and the kindness to reach out a helping hand. You can always bring light back into the darkness. The end. As dawn broke, casting a soft, gentle light over Harmony Hollow, the friends gathered at the center of the forest. This is gonna be a great start to the show. The missing sparkle berries were back in their patch, their glow stronger and brighter than ever before. The forest creatures, who had worriedly watched the events unfold, emerged from their homes to celebrate. The annual Sparkle Festival was back on. "Don't worry, Finn," she said, extending a hand towards him. "We'll help you return the berries and come up with a new plan for your prank. Maybe we can even use some of my glowstones." Glowstones were a favorite craft of Lily's. Little pebbles she'd collected from the river and infused with her own special brand of magic, giving them a beautiful glow that mimicked the sparkle berries. Finally, he let out a long breath and began to speak. The Whisperwood was usually a cheerful place, but now the trees seemed gloomy, their branches drooping like wilted flowers. Lily, Sparky, Barnaby, and Professor Gizmo, along with Finn and all the other forest creatures, danced and sang, their laughter echoing through the trees. The forest was filled with light, not just from the sparkle berries, but from the glow of friendship, courage, and kindness that shone brightly in the hearts of all who celebrated. Even the birds had stopped singing, leaving an unsettling silence in their wake. His expression shifted from jovial to grave as he realized it was one of his latest inventions, and it seemed someone had taken it without his permission. "Do you hear that?" he whispered, his voice barely a squeak. As the friends approached, Finn's face lit up with a sly grin. He became defensive, his eyes darting around the clearing as if searching for an escape route. "What are you talking about?" he exclaimed, his voice higher than usual. "I haven't taken any berries." His lie was obvious, and the friends were about to call him out on it when suddenly Professor Gizmo stepped forward. Well, he said, his voice dripping with mock surprise. "What brings the grumpy badger, the brilliant professor, and the curious child to my humble abode?" Before anyone could answer, Finn threw back his head and laughed again, his eyes twinkling with amusement. The friends froze. They did hear something, a faint but distinct sound, the tinkling laughter of a young fox. The friends recognized that laugh anywhere. It belonged to Finn the Fox, a mischievous young trickster who loved nothing more than playing pranks on the unsuspecting townsfolk. Had Finn taken the sparkle berries? The idea seemed far-fetched, but then again, they had to consider all possibilities. Intrigued, Lily and Sparky decided to pay him a visit. As she ventured deeper into the woods, she stumbled upon a peculiar sight. A small, glowing firefly with a big smile and an even bigger secret. As he looked around, he realized that someone had tampered with a rock monolith that stood at the edge of the patch. The moment Lily and Sparky knocked on his door, he looked up, his spectacles perched precariously on his beak. He was a wise old owl who was loved by all the forest creatures, and he was always willing to lend a helping wing to those in need. Upon hearing about the missing berries, Professor Gizmo immediately agreed to help. After all, he had a particular fondness for sparkle berries. Their unique glow was, after all, the inspiration for many of his inventions. It was usually used to mark the solstices, but now it was slightly askew. As Barnaby pushed the rock monolith back into place, something unexpected happened. The ground beneath it gave way, revealing a secret passage leading underground. Curiosity and concern overcoming his apprehension, Barnaby decided to descend into the mysterious tunnel. This was Sparky, and together with Lily, he became friends with Barnaby and promised to help him find the missing berries. The trio faced many challenges along their journey, from a grumpy troll who guarded a rickety bridge to a tricky riddle, spoken by an enigmatic tree spirit. But through it all, Lily's kindness, Sparky's quick thinking, and Barnaby's knowledge of the woods helped them overcome each obstacle. Overwhelmed with worry, Barnaby didn't know what to do until suddenly he heard a familiar sound, the sweet melody of Lily's laughter echoing through the trees. The night before the festival, the berries hadn't just disappeared, they'd been stolen. Determined to find the culprit, the unlikely trio decided to split up and search for clues. Sparky, with his glowing tail, flew high above the berry patch, searching for tracks or signs of whoever had taken the berries. Meanwhile, Barnaby and Lily examined the ground, looking for anything out of the ordinary. It was said that these sparkle berries held the secret to everlasting happiness, their shimmering glow reflecting the joy they brought to all who ate them. One day, disaster struck. All the sparkle berries vanished from the patch, plunging the woods into darkness. When Barnaby shared the news of the missing berries with Lily, she didn't hesitate. As night fell, casting long shadows across the forest floor, the friends finally reached the sparkleberry patch, only to discover more bad news. As the forest grew darker, the friends began to lose hope. Meanwhile, back at the sparkleberry patch, Barnaby couldn't shake off a feeling that something wasn't quite right. Deep within the forest, Professor Gizmo was tinkering away in his cluttered workshop, surrounded by gears, gadgets, and half-finished inventions. As the friends entered his workshop, Lily couldn't help but marvel at the wonders that surrounded her, realizing that one of his creations might be involved in the theft. Professor Gizmo felt a pang of responsibility. The trail led them deep into the Whisperwood, a part of the forest known for its ancient trees and rustling leaves that seemed to whisper secrets to those who listened closely. Then suddenly Barnaby stopped in his tracks, his ears twitching, determined to find answers. The friends followed the sound of laughter to a clearing where they found Finn sitting on a nearby log, munching on something that sparkled in his mouth. But when Lily and company confronted him about the missing sparkleberries, his smile vanished. In a flash, Finn's demeanor changed. "Finn," he said, his voice gentle but firm, "we know you took the sparkleberries." It turned out that Finn had taken the berries because he wanted to use their glow to make the most spectacular prank the forest had ever seen. Hearing Finn's confession, Lily felt a wave of sympathy wash over her. Relieved and grateful, Finn apologized for his actions, and the friends set off to return the berries to the sparkleberry patch. That night, as the sky glittered with stars and the moon shone down warmly on the forest, the friends watched the festival in celebration. And so the mystery of the missing sparkleberries came to an end, leaving the forest of Harmony Hollow more vibrant and united than ever before. So remember, no matter how dark things might seem, as long as you have the courage to face your fears, this is fantastic. Let me know if you think this is gonna be a hit or what you would have.